Today is Sunday, August the 7th, 2022. Going to do a shave and test some stuff. The soap for the day is by Sterling, Blood on Steel. That's also known as, it was a special for that Rod Levin had made for a special meetup. The real name is Suka, okay, which is, there might be some of this or the EDT still around. I'm not really sure. When I first got it, I loved it so much, and I just bought so much. Now, in COVID days, putting that stuff on, I found that I didn't like it so much because you put it on and then you wear this mask and you're like inhaling it all day. So the bowl is going to be my symmetrical pottery steampunk bowl. I really like this. These things are not cheap. They're luxury type items. Sterling Badger brush, good value. It's a brush. So I did some honing, and I'm going to test the pieces that I had honed up. And I'll talk about those as I get those up. Okay, the first up is probably my favorite razor. Really, just it's close. It's close. It's just it's a high value to me. This is the Razor Sabre France. Let's see, it's Gustave Lolun, Mon Frère d'Estier, which means my proud steed. Now, this particular razor there was a number of batches of these where this fella who is now moved his operations to Turkey from Thiers, France, but he had got a hold of some blanks that were forged decades ago, maybe 50 years ago. I'm not sure, 50s or 50s, 60s, something. But these blanks were sitting around, and they were. The steel is 52-100 steel. It's a ball bearing steel. There's a few razors that use that, not many. It's a popular steel in a lot of knives. It's a high carbon steel. It is the favorite steel of the famed knife maker. Wow, what is his name? Bob Kramer. Okay, look up Kramer knives. He likes to use 52-100 steel. It has to him it has the greatest level of edge retention, hardness, flexibility, and that's what I find in this. Now, and one of the things in the forging of this, at that time, they did not have the high pressure forges and the really hard die sets to make these particular blanks. So they would heat it, and it would go into the forge, into this die set, a mold, and there would be multiple times that it would hit with a lower pressure. And the idea was, or as it was explained, is that multiple hitting in the old way that things were done led to a more annealed and a much more flexible finished piece than what you get by what is done today. Today, most of the forging is done. There are people that buy metal and they do stock removal only. They don't do a forging. Any forged stuff now is done where they usually try and do it with a single strike at a very high pressure into that die set. Okay, because it leaves a much more uniform blank to work with, whereas this method can produce some little curvy kind of wavy things, which it does have. Okay, and this was what ultimately led me to search into honing methods beyond flat honing, which I never really got totally happy with what I was getting. Okay, and this one, it was the first time I honed it. The last time I shaved with this particular one, I have some other razors by this maker that have blanks similar to this, but were not made in the old way. They were probably made more in modern times with the more modern methods. But the last time I shaved with it, I thought it was okay. I just thought it's not like it was when I originally used it. When I originally got this razor, and this is why it became so valuable to me, it just when I put that to my face and moved it down, it was just a very smooth cutting, just like it is there, with no resistance. This piece is very thin on the grind. Urtansure is known for being tremendous at making these very hollow grinds. So that's that. That's pretty happy with that, how I do that. How I did that. All I did was I went back. I did do a little bit of a back beveling on this, not much I did that one on a caracule on this shape. So I did the back bevel just to cut away a little bit back in it, and then I went to I don't even think I used my arc. I went right to because it was pretty sharp. So I went right to the Nano 12K, which is shaped like this, which is on a radius that's longer. This has a radius this way, like that leather strop. This is a charged balsa with 10th micron. This is what I use for maintenance. And the radius here, would be 12 foot, 6 foot this way, and use the stones. And then I go through a progression of these, and just you can hear how the blade just sings on that. So that's what I use for maintenance. After every shave, it gets that. It goes in, and then sometimes before the shave, I'll use this. This is a piece of foresight I got from Tony Miller. Mounted that on that short radius, and using something like this, you're less likely to get too harsh on the edge, where with a strop such as a hanging leather strop, if you don't hold it tight, you can, with the deflection of that, you could be a little rougher on the very edge, I think, than need. So that's a little bit safer. Okay, the other thing that the next piece I'm going to do is got some news. Well, let me talk about the next piece I'm going to use. Is a Tierra Sard. This is 1196. Evide Sonant. This is a full extra hollow, what I'm told this grind is, and very typical 6H TI blank. I have one of these, and I was just so astounded at how well it shaves performance-wise. Okay, this is running really close to that Razor Saber razor. I don't know about this one yet. Okay, the original one I have is out there, and it's like I've got like 30 shaves on it, and it just keeps going and going and going. So I did decide after some thought to buy another one of these, because this is in my opinion a very, very good, excellent starter razor that holds an edge. Fantastic. Doesn't cost a lot. I mean, this has the plastic scales. You can get the same blank with fancy horn scales or different kinds of wood, but it is basically the same razor. So this one, I bought this one with some extra funds I got due to a kind of a bonus at work, like a year-end profit sharing or something. So I had some money, and I bought this, and the idea was one of these was going to make some field trips. Okay, I got this with the other one I got with the factory edge, and I honed it up, and it's just beautiful. Okay, so I had the Spear Shave where I got this. I had him hone it up. My honing methods. He is the revivalist in that particular method. He's a pretty good honer. I finish a little bit different since I'm going on a balsa progression, and I'm going down to 10th micron. I kind of like mine a little bit better than his. That doesn't mean it's better, it just means that I like it more. But I decided to go ahead and redo this one, and this will be the shave with the redo edge, because I did a side-by-side earlier this week with okay, and that's just awesome. I did a side-by-side with this one against the other one, and the other one outperformed it. Today, if I did that, I think this one would outperform that one, because that's one that's got some use on. This might even be outperforming that razor saber. And you may even hear a little bit more in weeks to come over as to the travels of this piece. But this piece is going to be traveling with one of these for a maintenance type thing. Another thing I found that yeah, but they're both sides are equal. The other thing I found when I was honing, and part of that whole episode was what led me to think about. At one time, I bought and I still got a whole bunch of gold dollars hanging around here. Some that I was going to take, that I did actually take to Vegas with me in case anybody wanted to try their hand with my stuff and hone one of those pieces up. There just wasn't a lot of time, and there was a lot of things going on. So that didn't happen, but I still got them, and I sent one of those to somebody who was really, really happy with it. Okay, and he had bought a gold dollar from somebody, a well-known owner of gold dollars, purveyor of gold dollars, and he said he liked mine better. So that gave me the idea, well, and I like this so much better than a gold dollar. And I thought, well, I could send gold dollars around, but this is really, really for me and for my performance, this is for me. It's like that right there is like Shavette performance to me. I don't think it's quite there. It's really, really close. Let me put it this way. when I learned to hone like this, okay, before I did, I was considering not ever buying any more straight razors. Okay, once I learned to hone like this, I bought more straight razors than I did from beforehand. I don't know if I said on this one was honed exactly like the Razor Sabre France, where I did cut a little bit more into the back part of the bevel and then went to the Nano 12K, and didn't visit the Arca because it had a good edge on it. It had a good edge on it, not what I wanted, but it was not it was shaped. It was shaped pretty good. It was just not exactly what I wanted. So that's kind of like where I want it. That's a great second pass. The other thing I found in honing, I've done some 4/8 razors for a friend of a friend recently, and some of the hardest pieces I have honed, besides some of the real wacky fancy pants W series gold dollars, I found them very, very hard. And I didn't have the same success that I had on other 4/8 pieces, and a couple of these were Sheffield pieces, and I had to work on them a little bit. And an interesting thing I found on the 4/8 was, and when I hone, I'll use the illustration here. I go on a curve like this to back bevel into it, and then I go this to get out to the edge. And I do strop on a roux on flat. I'm considering getting I don't know if, with what I get out of the bolts, I just don't know if I can beat this, okay? But I've been thinking about going one step, the Nano at 12K. I think this particle size is like 1 micron on that. I've been looking at a long time at a Suhiro 20K. They're expensive, and I was gonna, that one I would put a curve like this on one side. The other side, I would make sure I lap flat. The beauty of those stones, they're reputed not to need a lot of maintenance. They're hard and they do not wear. The Nanos do wear some, and you do have to get back on the lapping plate occasionally and do some work on those to keep those into shape. But on those 4/8 razors, this curve, okay, you get into a back bevel, but then on the 4/8 razor, it didn't take much to move between the two radiuses on that small width of razor. And I think sometimes the super benefit is on the larger razors, 5/8 and above, 6/8, 7/8, where that curve over this longer space from the spine to the toe, and if I was the individual who I sent that gold dollar to and liked it so much, he wouldn't know if I want to sell them. I'm not in the business to sell razors. I want to stay free of any possible charge of conflict of interest, because I do this stuff for fun, for me, and I promote it and I make videos about it. And there's been a lot of people who did not like me making videos, did not like me talking about it. I got tossed off of a forum because I was talking about how I hone razors, and the guys that were behind that were so proud that they got rid of me, and it's like, okay. So, but anyhow, I'm not interested in making money doing this. Okay, I do this for fun, and in my sharing, I'm so enthused with the results that I get, and I like my results so much. The natural thing when you like something is to want to do some sharing with it. So final pass. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm shaving a little more frequently. Tonight, I don't know if this video will go up in time. So some of you may see this after the Zoom call. It is the bi-weekly old man Zoom call. I think they call it old man or whatever. Which we have a lot of fun. If you do catch this video, or whether you are new to, and this is my commercial for the Shaving Cadre. That's me. That's my avatar there at the Cadre. I'm wearing the Cadre shirt from the really, really fun convention we had in Vegas, and looking forward to the one coming up this year. Where was I? I chased a rabbit there. Zoom call. Oh, so if you catch this video, they do have those Zoom calls every other week. It's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. We can sit down, it's like getting together with your friends for an hour, 2 hours, couple hours, and just talking and just like being. It's why when we got to the convention, it was like, I'd never seen any of these guys in person meeting, but I've seen the videos, and it felt like meeting up with old friends, and that's what the Cadre is all about. This is the forum that if this shaving thing is your hobby, this is the forum, and you want to belong to the forum. This is where you want to hang out. That's my opinion. Because it's funny. One of the other guys that makes video, a good friend Leon, he had some ignorant slob try to pummel him on YouTube, so he cut off the comments on YouTube. It's like, okay. So, speaking of the Cadre and the videos, there's a bunch of guys on there that are making really good shave videos. A lot of good talk. Matt's been doing a lot of honing and some razor restoration recently and I think I don't know if there's anybody I've met anywhere that has more razors than Matt does. Don't say it too loud, his wife will hear me. Sorry, Matt. But there's a lot of good guys over there in the media section, member videos. There's a whole bunch of guys in there. Throw the towel on the floor that are making some real videos. A lot of fun to do. Dug in a little bit with the toe there. I don't know I didn't leave a real point on there, but it's close. A lot of times these all, even though these are round points, they do get a kind of a potential digger right there on the corner. I usually, a lot of times I'll round them up a little bit, swing them up. I'll see blood there. I do have a couple of weepers going on elsewhere. So, before that razor goes on the field trip, it'll get a visit with the barbicide sanitizing solution. I can see I left myself with a couple of weepers. Let's see what alum says. I didn't bring the alum in. Feels good. It's a little bit of action. A lot of times when I get that level of action, it's not a bad thing. It's just that I've been to shave and it's a good shave a lot of times. So hold on. Pleasant shave. You know, I should do that. I really should do that a little bit more than a couple times a week. Shave is this guy's hobby, yeah. Sure, man, sure. Okay, Sterling, witch hazel and aloe, Eucalyptus Mint. Okay, it's a mini type of thing. There is no menthol in there, but you get it's a peppermint, so you get kind of a minty type thing, and maybe there's some cooling from peppermint, but it's certainly not a cooling like menthol. And I don't even know if you can get this with this particular one. If you're a big menthol head, you could get some of those menthol drops and put them in there. So, and I didn't think that would interfere with Zucca. Zucca is a clone, a duplicate of, inspired by Hane Mori. I think Hane Mori makes two men's fragrances. I just, originally when I did it, I just liked it. So I just, and it's a very, very long lasting thing. So I'll do that, and then I'm gonna spritz a little bit of the EDT so I smell good for the Zoom call. Hope that's not too much. If it is, I'll have to wash it off before I put my CPAP mask on and sit there and breathe it. Okay, finish off with the powder with the deluxe smaller barrel powder cannon. And I think it was Bruce that made a comment on my other powder cannon. He had not seen these. Barber Dave has one of these type of things, and he has it at his shop. I think he has the one that he has one similar to this, but he uses it to spray a talc or a powder onto his brush, and then he applies it with the brush. I just got to the point where I just started just using it direct and then giving a little dab on there. So that's 30 minutes in. Bunch of Sterling stuff, bunch of other stuff, couple of sharp, recently sharpened straight razors. They'll go on the strop. The one that's going on the field trip will be sanitized and lightly oiled before it goes out the door. And we'll see how other people like what I think is a really, really good performance razor. So those of you on the cadre that catch this in time, I'll see you on the Zoom call. If not, we'll see you in, to quote Nurse Dave, we'll see it. You know, that reminds me, I heard Nurse Dave does not use a straight razor, and I believe Nurse Dave has and if you catch this, Dave, I might like to see this one go your way, okay? I had heard you say about straight razors, how they go, and I think you have, my opinion, since I'm gauging by how, I think you, on your double-edged blades, it's like 2 and they're done, and how many shaves you get out of the Artist Club blades and that sort of thing. This might be something that will be interested to go your way and to try. So that'll be something in the future we'll talk about, and it may be something we'll try. I'm not going to try and get you into that, because my opinion is that if you're going to shave with a straight razor, you need to learn to sharpen a straight razor to your satisfaction. And I spend a lot of money on my stuff to do that. It's a lot of work to do that. Not everybody's going to want to do that. So not to say that you'll love it, but you may be interested in trying. So Bill from the Shaving Cadre, we are out, and wishing everybody a very, very good week. Take care. Bye.